Let's skip the movie panic and go straight to the method. Quicksand is just waterlogged sand that loses structure when disturbed. Think pudding with a bad attitude. It won't suck you under like a trap door. It grips and tires you until heat, dehydration, or incoming tide turn a bad day into a disaster. The fix is not brute strength. It's a stick in your breath. With those two tools, you can float, lever, and slide out far faster than most people realize. Here's the step-by-step, clean, calm, and designed for real-world use. Step 1. Stop the panic spiral and turn on slow mode. The second you feel your feet vanish and your calves tighten, freeze everything except your breathing. Panic makes you thrash. Thrashing compacts the sand around your legs and drags more water out of the mix, which increases viscosity and locks you deeper. Keep your arms wide, palms open, and settle your shoulders. Inhale through the nose for a steady count of 4, hold 1, and then exhale slowly for 6 to 8 through pursed lips. That long exhale is your emergency brake. It lowers heart rate, eases the adrenaline dump, and gives the sand time to equilibrate. Tell yourself out loud, I'm floating this, not fighting this. You're not wrestling a monster, you're managing a fluid. Step 2. Deploy the stick as a life bar, horizontally across your hips. If you already carry a trekking pole or walking stick, great. If not, scan your reachable radius for anything straight and sturdy. A branch, paddle, tent pole, even a long backpack frame stay. Lay it flat across your hips or upper thighs, perpendicular to your body like a seat edge. Don't jab downward, that only punctures pockets and traps you deeper. The horizontal bar spreads your weight over a wider surface area, which immediately boosts buoyancy and stops further sinking. If the sand is higher than your waist, aim the stick across your lower ribs instead. It doubles as a ledge you can lean into when you start to recline. The moment the stick is in place, keep both hands on it, light but steady, elbows soft, wrists neutral. Think of it as installing a floating shelf under your center of mass. Step 3. Breathe to float. Use your lungs as ballast. Your lungs are life jackets. You can inflate and deflate on command. With the stick supporting your center, take a deep diaphragm breath. Belly expands first, chest second, and feel your torso rise a hair in the sand. On each long exhale, release muscle tension from the glutes and thighs. Rigid legs act like stakes. Keep the rhythm. 4 in, hold 1, 6 to 8 out. After 2 or 3 cycles, you'll notice micro movement. The gritty grip softens around your knees, and the surface water slicks up around your hips. That's your cue that density is shifting in your favor. You are not trying to pull free, yet you're teaching the substrate to let go. Step 4. Recline into a float. Hips down, chest up, stick doing the work. Now convert vertical sink into horizontal float. Slide your hands along the stick so it stays centered, and lean back slowly. Chin up, eyes on the horizon, until your torso is almost parallel to the surface. Imagine you're easing into a lounge chair. The stick across your hips acts like a hinge. As you recline, it presents more surface area and lifts your thighs. Keep your head back and your face clear. If a small wave of slurry laps your mouth, pause, inhale, and exhale longer to raise your upper body again. The goal is to get your back on the surface with the stick pinning your hips from sinking. Once your spine is floating, the physics change dramatically. Quicksand holds narrow shapes. It releases wide ones. Step 5. Free one leg at a time with micro wiggles, not yanks. With your torso floating and hips supported, it's time to negotiate your legs out. Pick the leg that feels slightly freer, usually the one toward the firmer bank, and wiggle the foot side to side in small arcs as if you're unscrewing it. Do not pull straight up. As you wiggle, flex, and point the ankle gently to let water seep around the boot. If you can, curl your knee outward to widen the path. Every few seconds, give a tiny upward lift, just enough to feel the foot rise a centimeter. Then hold it there as the sand flows into the void. Keep breathing long and slow. Each exhale lets your leg lighten and your torso float higher. Once the first foot is up to the knee, lay that leg flat on the surface like a water bug's limb. The wider you spread, the lighter you become. Repeat for the other leg. This is patience, not power. A minute of small movements beats 10 seconds of reckless tugging every time. Step 6. Turn the stick into a low bridge and swim out prone. When both legs are free to the knee or higher, rotate your body prone. Face down is fine because the stick keeps your chest up, and slide the bar from your hips to just under your collarbones, like a mini pontoon. Keep your elbows draped over it so the ends extend beyond your shoulders. Now use a gentle breaststroke. Scoop your hands forward on the stick, press water back, and let your hips follow. Each stroke should move you only a few inches, but that's enough. If you feel your knees dip, widen your legs and point your toes to maximize surface contact. Think swim on syrup. Slow, wide, deliberate. The stick prevents your upper body from re-penetrating the surface, while your kicks and strokes ferry you toward firmer ground. If you feel the substrate stiffen under your thighs, you're winning. Keep your chest light and your feet sweeping, and slide instead of climb. Step 7. Exit like a seal. No standing until you stare on solid ground. The most common failure happens here. People try to stand too early and punch their feet back into the mix. Resist it. Keep the stick ahead of you and crawl out on your belly, distributing weight across chest, abdomen, and thighs. When the sand becomes grainy and your knees no longer sink, move the stick forward 1 arm's length and inch up to it. Then move it again. Think 2 moves of stick, 1 move of body. Only when your hips are completely on firm substrate do you tuck a knee underneath. If you're on a tidal flat, angle your crawl diagonally toward the highest visible ground, not directly shortest distance to shore if that path runs through more low pockets. Stay low another 10 paces, even on firm ground. Let excess water drain from your clothing and boots before you commit to upright. Step 8. If you don't yet have a stick, make one, fake one, or become one. No stick? You still have options. First, make one, break a branch. Detach a tent pole. Use a trekking partner's pole, tossed within reach. If nothing rigid exists, fake one with soft gear. Slide off your backpack and lay it flat under your chest as a flotation pad. A rolled jacket or coiled rope works as a compressible bar. Grip the pack's shoulder straps like a handlebar while you recline. Worst case, become the stick. Spread your arms wide at shoulder level. Lace your fingers lightly behind your head to keep elbows flared, and lean back until your scapulae are on the surface. Your forearms and elbows act as outriggers. Combine that with long exhales and the 1 leg at a time wiggle to free yourself. Field scenarios that change the clock and how to beat them. If you're in coastal quicksand with a tide coming in, the clock is real. Prioritize getting your chest floating first. Don't waste time trying to free both legs completely before moving. Once you have 1 knee loose and your torso buoyant, switch to the prone swim with short sweeping strokes. If you're in riverbank quicksand where the water table is high, use the stick to steer yourself parallel to shore toward patches of reeds, roots, or driftwood that signal firmer ground. In desert wadis, after flash floods, the surface crust can hide pockets. Test with your stick every foot before putting weight down. And if you fall in again, you already know the drill. Stick across hips, long exhale, recline, wiggle, slide. What not to do? The 3 sink makers. Don't yank. Straight up pulling tightens the sand's grip like a vacuum seal. Don't pedal. Kicking vertically churns the water out of the mix and compacts the grains around your shins. And don't hold your breath. Breath holding spikes carbon dioxide, raises panic, and robs you of the buoyancy you need most. If you catch yourself doing any of the 3, reset stick horizontal. Inhale deep, exhale longer, and return to tiny side-to-side motions. Partner assistance that actually helps and doesn't yet hurt. If someone is helping, they should never pull your arms. Instead, they should place their own stick under your armpits, like a bar, and take light backward steps while you float and kick wide. If they have a rope, they should tie a loop in the end. Lay it flat on the surface, and you should drape your chest over it before they take tension. Pulling high and slow is the rule. Jerking low and fast is how shoulders get wrecked and faces go under. A partner can also slide a flat object, a board, pack lid, even a big jacket under your chest to amplify your float while you free your legs. Aftercare. Treat the real threats, heat, scrapes, and aspiration. Once you're out, you're not done. Get to shade or wind if it's hot, strip or loosen. Soaked layers to dump heat and weight. Rinse grit from scrapes. Quicksand slurry can be full of organic muck that irritates skin. Sip water slowly. You probably hyperventilated and lost moisture through breathing and sweat. If you went face down at any point and inhaled slurry, cough deliberately for a minute to clear the airway and monitor for persistent wheeze or chest tightness. Those are cues to seek medical evaluation. For the next 24 hours, watch for calf cramps or joint soreness from the isometric struggle. Magnesium-rich foods, gentle stretching and hydration help. Prevention. Pack one habit and one tool. The habit is probing in marshes, estuaries, or unfamiliar riverbanks. Tap the ground ahead with your stick every step or two. If it penetrates more than a few inches easily, or slick water wells up, detour. The tool is something long and rigid. A staff, pole, paddle, or even a collapsible trekking pole clipped to your pack. That one item turns a worst case into a messy inconvenience. Add a lightweight whistle to your shoulder strap for signaling if you get stuck where you can't be seen. And when in true tidal zones, check the tide table before you set out. Knowledge erases drama. Freeze the panic. Stick horizontal across hips. Breathe deep in, longer out. Recline into a float. Wiggle, don't yank. One leg, then the other. Rotate prone, stick under chest. Swim slow and wide. Crawl out like a seal. Only stand on firm ground, no stick. Fake one with gear, or use your arms as outriggers. Treat heat and scrapes. Rehydrate. Watch your lungs if you took a mouthful. Quicksand scares us because it feels unfair. The ground itself betrays you, but the physics are simple, and they favor anyone who can slow down, widen out, and think. One stick to spread your weight, one breath cycle to steady your body, and a handful of patient micro moves are all it takes to turn a sinking feeling into a quiet exit. Don't fight the sand. Float it, lever it, leave it.